Today I'm going to install the LDO NAK3D stepper motors for the X and Y axis on my Creality Ender-6. But why would I want these? Well, besides supporting NAK3D LDO and also Rapcord or Pooch, for this set, these stepper motors, the normal regular stepper motors that are installed on the Creality Ender-6, are normal standard stepper motors with a 1.8 degree per step. These are 0.9, and that means that they are much more precise. And one other thing, if you are looking to the design, the shaft on the right side is pretty long. I think there is a lot of tension of these belts on that single axis. So I think this design looks much more sturdier or much more stable, and I think the NAK3D stepper motor with the housing or the frame will support the belt better. Well, let's get into the installation. When you are going to do the installation, a little pro tip: remove the left and right panel, but also the back panel from the Ender-6. It makes it more easier to access all of the screws when removing the stepper motors. Before you are going to install the new NAK3D LDO stepper motors onto your Ender-6, make sure that you are going to prepare both of the stepper motors, making sure that the left one is for the left side and that the right one is for the right side. You don't see any difference between the two because the shaft is for both equal length, but you have to put the timing pulley on the right height. So for the left side you have to go almost all the way down, but keep a little space between the motor housing and the pulley, and for the right side it is all the way to the top. I recommend to use the two grub screws, unscrew it a little bit and move it a little bit downwards, millimeter, 1 or 2, that would be sufficient enough, and then tighten them. On the sides you have this little T-nut. This T-nut is a little bit easier to install in frames like these. You can just put it in an angle and then shove it right into the T-slot. Once that is done, doesn't really matter which side you are going to start with. I found it very easy and convenient to start first on the side where also the mini circuit board is, because there was the space a little bit less. It's great to start with these screws that are on the bottom side. Once that is done, on the back side of the shaft there is also one other screw, but to reach that you have to undo the timing belt. To do that, follow the timing belt and see on the carriage which timing belt you have to undo to get the tension off the belt. But be careful when doing that. Try to work as organized as possible, because these belts are going back in its original place. So for that last screw, unscrew it and then take off the stepper motor. Be careful that it doesn't drop on something that is underneath. Now that is done, put the new stepper motor that you have prepared for the left side, the side where the circuit board is, and put the timing belt in there as first, because it's going to make it much more easier to get the timing belt in between the frame and the belt pulley. I started first with the T-slot nut, put it in the right height. For this stepper motor I use the lower profile instead of the higher one, because the shaft is free on the bottom side. And now we are going to install the stepper motor onto the side where the T-nut is going to be. Just attach it there, but don't put it on tension yet. Now, in this case, we are going to put the timing belt back in its place. Because the timing belt is not on tension, it's much more easier to do that. So now that is done, we can put one of the screws that came from the standard stepper motor back into the bottom part of the frame. You only need one because the T-nut with the frame is going to hold it into its place. So to put the screw into the bottom part of the frame and also get the belt on tension, I grabbed the housing with the timing belt and I put it a little bit to the back. And I use a Allen key to find the hole with the motor bracket aligned with the screw hole from the frame. I hope it makes sense, but if you are doing that, you will see exactly what I mean. Once it is on tension and the Allen key is all the way in through the hole, you keep it there, put the Allen key out and put the screw in place. You have to screw the screw in by hand. So keep it on tension, screw it all the way in until you cannot tighten it with hand, and then you are going to use the Allen key. Now we are going to connect that stepper motor with the wires, making sure that everything looks nice. In my case, the stepper motor wires is now on the back instead of on the side where it was with the standard motor. So on the other side, we are going to do exactly the same. Make sure that your new stepper motor is looking almost the same as the one that is currently installed. Remove the two screws, undo the timing belt, follow where this timing belt goes on the same side where the stepper motor is. This is a little tip. So if you undo the timing belt, there is no tension on the pulley itself, so it is more easier to remove that stepper motor as well. Remove the 3 screws, undo the stepper motor wires, and now it's time to install the LDO NAK3D stepper motor in its place. Now we are going to put the T-nut in the higher slot of the 2040 aluminum extrusion and shove it all the way to the back where you can put the screw with the frame and the bracket of the stepper motor right in its place. But don't tighten all the way, you need to have some movement in this one because you also need to tension the timing belt. Make sure that you also put the timing belt in there as well while you have space here, and also put the timing belt back on its carriage so that you can tension the belt when clamping it between your thumb and your fingers when you are screwing it in place. So once the stepper motor is attached to the T-nut and also on the bottom frame, you need to make sure that the timing belt has enough tension and that it is not too loose. Once that is done, please put the stepper motor wire back to this stepper motor and make sure that everything runs smoothly. You can check this by going with the carriage to the left and right, and also from the back to the front. If the stepper motors are working, or you can hear that there is some movement going on, then you know that the installation from that part is successful. So once that stepper motor is connected to the wires, then it's time to put the left and right panel, but also the back panel, back to the Ender-6. So since Creality still didn't officially release their firmware for the Ender-6, or open sourced the Ender-6 firmware, I am not able to send any updating e-steps for my X and for the Y axis, since my stepper motors are 0.9 degrees per step instead of the 1.8 per step stepper motor. In the normal situation, you have 80 for the X and for the Y axis as a standard E-step. Well, this has to be doubled since we have 0.9 instead of 1.8. In the firmware, we cannot do this because you cannot save to the EEPROM, so we have to overcome that, and that you are going to do in your start G-code. Well, in this case I used a Prusa slicer, but in Cura you will going to do exactly the same kind of thing. Put M92 space X 160.00 space and then Y 160.00 before the G28 and before the G29. Making sure that if you are going to do a ABL, that your ABL is doing over the full build plate and not just the right back part. If you are also interested in buying this upgrade for your Ender-6, please check the link below for Rapcord's website where you can get these LDO NAK3D stepper motors. This video is supported by these awesome Patreon supporters: Lawyer Moses, The Lightspeed and Fix'em Dude. Thank you guys for your awesome support. You can also support this channel by checking the Patreon link in the description of this video and also become a patron of this YouTube channel. Thank you. If you're still watching, thank you, you are amazing. On the end card, there's some recommended videos worth watching. And while you're out there, check out the merch in the merch store. Please like this video, share this video with other people and on social media. And hey, let's make awesome things with 3D printing. Zachary 3D Prints. Bye bye.